Well, we are continuing west through Minnesota. We're actually taking Highway 2.
Which is also known as the High Line, I believe.
It's known as the High Line Drive because it's the northernmost east to west road in America. It actually goes from the Upper Peninsula to Washington State. I think it's like 2,500 miles long. So we're ultimately headed to South Dakota, but we're taking this little detour to get there because we want to see the headwaters of the Mississippi River, which start here in Minnesota.
Yep, we're going to the Mary Gibbs Headwaters Center.
Yes.
Which is supposed to be the start of the Mississippi River.
Yeah, should be interesting to see. I think it was worth the detour. Well, we've come to the Mary Gibbs Headwaters, which is the headwaters of the Mississippi River, and of course it's raining. This is just a quick stop for us. We're not spending the night here, so the weather we get is the weather we get. We're not really waiting it out for better weathers. We both just walked across the mighty Mississippi.
That's right.
That was really cool. Totally worth the detour.
Pretty cool, for sure.
It's in, and I know I'm going to pronounce the name of this state park wrong, but it's in Itasca.
Itasca?
Something like that. Itasca State Park. And it's beautiful out here. I wish we had more time, but we are still rushing because we have a deadline. And it's raining, yeah. But definitely very cool to see. Highly recommend if you're anywhere in this area to stop and see. Just asked a park employee, and the proper pronunciation is Itasca. So I think TJ was right there. We also learned that the Mississippi River, the largest section of the Mississippi River is here in Minnesota. About 30% of the river is located in this state. This is definitely a very interesting place, and I wish we had more time and I wish the weather were better, but I'm still glad that we came to see it.
Absolutely. It's just a short walk from the visitor center down to the headwaters, so nice easy walk. It's handicap accessible, so yeah, it's good for everybody. Yeah, it is. So there is more to Itasca State Park than just the Mary Gibbs Headwaters that we just saw. There's a scenic drive, hiking, there's supposed to be a beautiful lodge and a campground. We're not experiencing all of that, but we would certainly consider staying here if it weren't so early in the day in our drive. Well, it's turning out to be one of those days. There's no way I'm going to get TJ to talk about this. When things go wrong, he doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to think about filming it, but I think that it's important to show you guys, or at least let you guys know, that this is the ugly side of full-timing and constantly traveling and living in your RV. You know, if we only ever show you the good things, well, that's not a real representation of this lifestyle, because things aren't always perfect. So I'll get to the point. Today we were driving from the Mississippi Headwaters to our next destination, and heard a loud
bang, for lack of a better word, and both immediately knew something was wrong. The van was still driving fine. You know, we didn't lose control or anything like that, thankfully. It's a rural country road, so thankfully it wasn't busy, and we pulled over on the side of the road as quickly as we were safely able to, and TJ got under the van and noticed that one of the rear leaf spring hangers had broken. So definitely not something that you want to ignore. It was something that we knew we needed to handle immediately. We were able to find one. We had to backtrack about 15 miles to a small town here in rural Minnesota, and bought the part from Napa, and now TJ's outside installing it. So yeah, life on the road. This is it. This is the real part of it. All right, all fixed up.
Yeah.
TJ did it in a grocery store parking lot. We're getting creative on the road, I will tell you that. Yeah, so it's been a trying day.
Yes. Yeah.
That was not fun. That was...
This is part of owning an 18-year-old vehicle, you know, so...
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have something new, but they don't make a van for us, so...
Right.
It is what it is. But by the time we're done, it'll be brand new.
I love his attitude. It's it's nice.
It's not always that way. Don't let her fool you. There's moments where I don't want to film it. I just want to get it done and get us moving again.
Well, I may have mentioned that already. No, ma'am. You stay back here.
But it is what it is. I mean, stuff's going to happen regardless. New vehicle, old vehicle. It's just part of running something every single day. And running it a lot. I mean, we move a lot.
It's easy to show you guys all the amazing places we go and the beautiful things we see, but we don't want to give the misrepresentation that it's always perfect.
Yeah, we don't want to give a false impression that nothing ever goes wrong and nothing bad is ever going to happen. And it's, you know, I say bad, but it's all relative. I mean, it's all in how you handle it. So,
on top of the van, you may notice Madly's freaking out. We're dealing with some anxiety issues with her as well. She's wearing her Thunder shirt right now. She's gotten some medicine, but for unknown reasons, she's been having some anxiety issues on the van ride. So it's always something. I mean, this dog loves car rides. It's literally been one of her favorite things to do in the 10 years she's been alive. And just all of a sudden, flip of a switch, now she's being a spaz in the van. Sometimes things just seem to fight you, right? And like things break and the dog freaks out and it rains when you're trying to visit a cool place, and this is it. So, you know.
Things beep while you're filming.
Yeah, exactly. Madly, please stop. Sit. Stop. So, anyways, the van is fixed and we're dealing with the dog as best we can and trying to figure that out, and we're gonna keep moving forward. Alright, well, we made it to Sioux City, South Dakota, and we're home for the night. We're actually staying in a Cracker Barrel parking lot. That's Cracker Barrel behind us. We looked into Harvest Host. There actually were a couple of options in this area, but it's about 8 o'clock at night right now. I know it seems weird that it's so light out, but we didn't want to show up at a Harvest Host this late in the day. You know, we wouldn't really be able to spend any money at the place, more than likely, because it's so late. So we opted for a Cracker Barrel, and we'll go get some home cooking for dinner tonight to thank them for letting us park in the parking lot. Yeah, it's been a really long day today. I think we were on the road by between 9 and 10 o'clock, and it's 8 o'clock now, so it's over a 10-hour day that included the Mississippi Headwaters, fixing a broken van, and quite a bit of driving. On the theme of our bad luck today, we also, take a look at this. This is the rock guard on the front of the Airstream. It protects the front windows. And I mean, it did its job. It took a rock, and put a rock right through the plexiglass. Thankfully the glass window behind it is fine, so just one of those days. But we're gonna settle in for the night and relax, eat some dinner, and tomorrow's a new day. All right, we are headed out of Cracker Barrel. We were so tired, we slept like the dead. It was a glorious night's sleep. But we're gonna move on to a fairgrounds campground tonight and spend a day or two exploring Sioux Falls. How was your night's sleep in Cracker Barrel?
Great.
When you're as tired as we were after the day yesterday, I'm pretty sure we could have slept.
Yeah, it was a long day yesterday.
Anywhere.
Yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Cracker Barrel's food, so for me it was a good stop.
Well, we moved from the Cracker Barrel to a fairgrounds. It's the H.W. Lyon Fairgrounds, which is a really great bargain. It's $30 a night for full hookups, and you're right in the middle of town. So definitely the best deal that we could find. It's not pretty. We're just all lined up along the fence here, out in the full sun, but we've got 50 amp hookup, water and sewer, so no complaints. We are unfortunately under an extreme heat advisory. It's getting into the 90s and extremely humid here right now, so we're thankful for that 50 amp. We're running both ACs right now to keep things cool. In this extreme heat, a big concern is for the animals. They're fine in the RV as long as the ACs are running and keeping things cool. But the concern is that if we leave to go do something or run errands, that if the AC quits working for whatever reason, if a breaker trips or there's just a failure in the RV, that now your animals are stuck inside with the heat rising. So something that we've recently purchased and are now using is this inexpensive baby monitoring camera that we bought on Amazon. It was less than $30, and it allows us to check on the dogs from our phones. It connects via Wi-Fi, so we have a hotspot in the RV that the camera connects to, and then we're able to connect from our phones to check on the dogs. It has full range of motion, so we can move it from side to side, up and down, and it also has where we can listen to them and we can talk to them also. So pretty sweet for less than $30. It is not a temperature monitoring system. It's not going to alert us if the temperatures get to a certain range. Those are available, but they are significantly more expensive. So what we're going to do is just buy one of those inexpensive digital temperature monitors, and we can just rotate the camera to look at that, see what the temperature is, and make sure that it's in an acceptable range. Also, you're going to notice if the dogs are in distress, they'll be panting. So that's what we've chosen to do, and it's working really well for us. So in addition to the baby monitoring camera, we also do some things inside the trailer to help keep the heat down. So we pull our short awnings that are on the driver's side or street side of the trailer to help keep the sun out. We don't leave our big one out while we're gone because we don't want to windstorm to pop up and damage it. We also pull the blinds to help keep the sun out. We have these skylights that we also close, and we have a fantastic fan that we set the thermostat to turn on if it gets too warm in here. So you know, different techniques to try to keep the heat out and the animals comfortable. Well, this heat has been oppressive. We're from Florida, and this is real deal heat. It's actually hotter here right now than it is in our hometown. Yeah, so we've not done much since we've been here other than hide in the AC. You know, we've run errands and gotten some projects done. So it is now 8 o'clock and the temperature has come down to 93 degrees. So we're gonna go out and try to see a little bit of Sioux Falls. I think we're headed to the Falls Park. Well, this is what the city is named after. This is Sioux Falls behind us.
Yep, powerful river running right through the middle of town.
Yes, it actually took me by surprise when we first saw it. I don't think I was expecting it to be quite as turbulent as it is. A very, very powerful falls right here.
But really cool park. They actually let you get right down to the water, which is surprising. It seems a little dangerous, but there's people crawling all over the rocks. Kind of cool.
Yeah. I was reading through some of the various placards here, and I learned that the stone that runs all underneath Sioux City is exposed here at the falls is called Sioux Quartzite. It's harder than granite. It's actually almost as hard as diamond, which I thought was really interesting. Yeah, so there's a lot of history to learn here, and it's also just a beautiful city park. It's really cool, really well done. All right, headed out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota today. A little bit of mixed reviews here, not because the place wasn't cool, but we had a lot of stuff go wrong, and it's been crazy hot here. There's supposed to be some really amazing biking trails around here, and we were hoping to get the bikes out and explore those, but
8 o'clock at night, it's 90 degrees.
It's so crazy how hot it is here. So yeah, needless to say, the bike stayed in the van. We stayed in the trailer most of the time we were here.
We've actually had extreme heat warnings the last 3 days.
Yeah, it's been pretty hot. I mean, and that's coming from people that used to live in Florida, so I feel like that's saying something. Well, we hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please be sure to give us a thumbs up.
If you want to keep following along, make sure you subscribe.
Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.